Alright, what's up everyone? So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I went from this to this. And yeah, if you don't know me, my name is Ramos. I used to make Call of Duty videos and I still do. Basically, I was always a really active kid. I played sports, all of that. I didn't have the greatest eating habits, but since I moved around a lot, I never really gained fat. Until when I was like 11, I started playing Call of Duty for like 12 hours a day. I lost interest in everything else. I just wanted to be good at Call of Duty. And I even wanted to make videos on it. So that's what I did, Eventually, I even made a name for myself in the COD community. I was a member of FaZe Clan back in the day from like 2011 to 2015. So I am very proud of Fat Ramos. I'm gonna put like the worst pictures I have of myself here on the screen right now. So if you guys wanna go ahead and roast Fat Ramos in the comments, go ahead. Also, tell me what's like the best caption, the funniest caption you can think of for the body transformation picture. And leave a like for the body transformation answers. So let's get on to the body transformation part of the video, right? So how did I do it? So when I, eventually lost interest in COD and really stopped gaming, I just reverted back to my old habits. I started playing sports again, just moving around a lot, without spending 12 hours a day playing Call of Duty. I finally went outside, I touched some grass. I quickly lost a lot of the weight. I was eating the same amount, but I was moving a lot more. So, I just became skinnier. I wasn't really that skinny. I was just like a normal kid. I'm gonna put pictures on the screen right now. I think I was like 17 at this time. And just a year later, I found out about the gym. So my friend Niev introduced me to the gym. And once I got there, I immediately, I wasn't hooked, but I really liked the aspect of it. If you take anything from this video, just going to the gym alone will definitely improve your life, and I would recommend it. But yeah, so immediately I got to the gym, and I really like the concept of just building your own physique. And like, obviously I wanted to look like the guys in the movies, like for example, James Bond. I remember this was like my goal physique. Realistically, for like 2 years, I just went to the gym on and off. I really didn't know what I was doing. So I just, I got some muscle, but I also got some fat. I was eating a lot because I thought more food equals more muscle, which realistically, how little I knew of what I was doing. But yeah, it still improved my life. So it was definitely, still enjoyable. So in late 2018, I was like 21 years old at this time. I started surfing and I really liked it, right? So I started surfing a lot. I would skip the gym to go surf. Obviously, that was my main priority, but you couldn't surf every day, so I still went to the gym here and there. And I was noticing that, my body like was getting more aesthetic and I was getting a better body with spending less time in the gym. So I was like a little confused, you know what I mean? Dude, for the first time in my life at this point, I was putting on my wetsuit and I figured I had like a 2-pack, right? So I finally saw some abs. At this point in my life, I never saw my own abs. When I was 11, I was sitting down until the age of 16, so I really didn't look down. So yeah, at this point, I found my newly acquired 2-pack, and at this point, bro, I was already thinking of like hiring an Instagram manager for my DMs because I really thought they were about to get flooded. Boy, was I wrong. I was super proud of myself. Somehow I had a 2-pack. I thought that was the coolest thing ever, and I was like, okay, dude, I gotta show off this on Instagram. So I went to the beach, took some pictures. I really didn't like them. Like, I barely noticed I had abs. So at this point, I was like, dude, you're so close to getting a 6-pack. You never had this before. You're gonna go all in. Like, you're gonna do this. So I went to home disappointed, but not, defeated. And I YouTubed how to get shredded. So I found this video by Joe Delaney, and basically he explained how to get shredded. So for like 3 years in the gym, I had no clue about this. And then all of a sudden, it was just there in front of me, go on a caloric deficit, and you'll be shredded. And I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Forgot to mention this, but I'm gonna show you guys in my setup. This is how you figure out how many calories you gotta eat per day to lose weight. So it's dependent on your weight and your height. So I'm gonna show this in my setup, what I did for myself. And if you just follow what I did and use it for your own metrics, then you'll figure out how many calories you should eat. I'm not, a dietitian. I'm not a doctor. I'm not Johnny Sins. All of this is just my own experience and my own advice to you as a friend. This is not professional advice. It's not professional indications, any of that. When I saw that video and I realized I was going to start tracking my calories and I really wanted to get a 6-pack, this is what I put on Google: TDE calculator. This is like the total daily expenditure, energy expenditure. So you just put in your stat: moderate exercise, heavy exercise, athlete. If you really just go by your activity levels. I normally exercise 6 days a week, but I think this heavy exercise is a little too too much. So I just stick to the moderate. I'd rather make sure I'm losing weight than really maintaining if I want to lose weight, obviously. But I'm not trying to undereat. I would recommend the 500 to 700 maximum calorie deficit. If you're severely overweight, you can do 1,000. Do some research on that. I would recommend 300 to 500 calorie deficit. So for me, my maintenance calories are 2,800, which is a bunch of food if you're just eating healthy. So just do it 2,300, 2,400 calories. That's what I do. This is what I have set on my fitness pal. Just put in your stats and just follow, you know, a basic caloric deficit of 500 calories. This is literally what I use: a food scale, a bathroom scale, and a MyFitnessPal app. I don't use a bathroom scale. I really don't care how much I weigh. Like if you want to weigh yourself every week to make sure you're on point, do it every week. Don't do it every day. So yeah, this is how you figure out how much you have to eat. Yeah, let's go back into the video. This is how my real body transformation actually happened. So first of all, I started surfing, which meant I was doing a lot more cardio, expending a lot more calories. So I was just getting leaner naturally. I also started to count calories after that Joe Delaney video because I really wanted to get the full six-pack. So I started counting the calories with MyFitnessPal. So every day I would know I'm in a deficit. I know how much I ate. I also started training and working out with a lot more intensity and purpose, just because I had a clear goal in mind, you know? So to make your own body transformation, realistically, all you need to do is know how to eat and train properly. This is very important, and like there's a lot of like variables in this. So I'm just trying to make this video as simple and as straightforward as I possibly can. But if you can learn what I learned in 3 to 5 years in 10 minutes, I feel like, you know, that'll make the video worth it. All right, so now let's get into my like training / gym tips. So my first mistake in the gym when I first started was doing a bro split. So this is when you work out, you know, a body part per day. So maybe one day you go do chest, then the other day you go do back, the other day you do arms, the other day you do legs, other day you do shoulders. So this was my first big mistake. Right now I do push-pull legs. I've done this for like 2 years. I think this is the best method in the gym. Push-pull legs is basically one day, the push day, it's chest, shoulders and triceps. The other day it's back and biceps. The other day is legs. Why is this so good? Because if you're going to the gym like 4 to 6 times a week, you're hitting those body parts twice a week instead of once a week. That really makes a big difference. If you can only go to the gym 2 to 3 times a week, I would recommend upper lower, which means you work out the upper body one day, the other day we work out the lower body, and you also hit the same muscle groups more than once a week, which really like makes you develop muscle a lot quicker, in my opinion. At least it did for me. So my actual exercise routine, like I don't really follow a program. Which is a little amateur of me. I just like wing it every time. I do stick to the main compounds like deadlift, bench press, and squatting. And you know, all the other exercises that you can do in the gym, you know, the machines are there. I like a lot of free weights as well. I don't do any calisthenics, but that's also good if you want to really get into it. There's a lot that you can do, and just try to fit all the information I'm giving you into your personal routine. Like what works for me may not work for you, but if I'm giving you the blueprint and then you can just apply it to your own self and to your own like taste, I feel like that will be the best outcome. Getting enough protein is essential. There's a lot of debate in the fitness industry, like how much protein do you actually need per day. I go for a gram per pound of body weight. So if I weigh 180 pounds, I eat 180 grams of protein. If one day you cannot get 180, you get 150, that's fine too. You won't lose all your muscle. Don't get too caught up in like numbers, especially if it's like small margins. So another gym / training tip, focusing on progressive overload. This is very talked about, and I feel like everyone really knows this, but for example, if you don't know, progressive overload is when you're trying to get stronger. So week 1, you went to the gym and you did 100 pounds on the bench press for 4 sets of 10 reps. The next week, you're gonna want to try to do the same amount of sets and reps for more weight. So maybe a 105, 110 pounds on the bench press, and if you can do it, the next week, up it even. You know, always try to up your weight. Don't go for 1 rep maxes. That's not what I'm saying. Just make sure you're getting consistent work and try to improve every day or weekly, you know. Try to up the weights. So if you're doing more weights for the same reps, then you got stronger, you know what I mean? If you got stronger, your muscles got bigger. Another gym / training tip I have, this is not really a tangible thing. You gotta hold yourself accountable in this regard. So train your butt off. When I'm saying this, what I'm saying is like, you can have the same exercise routine as someone else and you two can look very different. So when you're actually in the gym, work as hard as you possibly can. You know, if person A is having less rest time, more intensity, more weights, more reps than person B, who's sticking to the same program, but they're just more lazy, they don't have that determination, then they too can look very different following the same exercise routine. So really keep yourself accountable. And like, if you're going to the gym, make sure you're gonna go there to work out and give it your all. I really noticed the difference, and I really started doing this myself when I started tracking my calories, just because I felt, you know, like I owed it to myself. Like for example, if I'm working out with purpose, I found it a lot easier to stick to a healthy diet because I know my body will appreciate it and will need it. You know, if I'm just sitting around on my butt all day playing Call of Duty, I find it hard to have a green smoothie. My Warzone character ain't gonna feel those nutrients, you know what I mean? So yeah, definitely keep yourself accountable, and before you blame genetics or anything you cannot control, make sure your diet and your training is on point. Like, you owe it to yourself to really give it your all, but don't take it too serious at the same time, you know, just have fun with it. Diet tips that I have, I feel like diet is really like 80%, 70% of what I know. I feel like the results I got didn't really come for the training, they came from my diet, and I really switched up my diet when I started tracking my calories, just because I was more aware of what I was putting in my body. I was just getting more protein, I was getting more healthy option foods. I was staying away from junk food because those are really calorie dense and makes it harder to fit into your goal. So yeah, that's why I would recommend tracking calories, because it really just makes you see on the app like which foods are super calorie dense and don't help you with your goals, and which foods are healthy and really, you know, help you with your goals. So like, the metabolism thing is not an excuse. You don't have a low metabolism, you just either have a really big appetite like I do. For example, like if I don't track my calories, I'll easily overeat just because I'm just a foodie, you know, I'm a fatty at heart. So if you start tracking your calories, you figure out which foods that you like that are good for you. For example, my foods that I really like: chicken breast, egg whites, fruit. These are foods that you can eat all that you want and you won't get fat. And then, you know, I fill the rest of my calories with foods that, you know, I like but also make me fat, like bread, ice cream, stuff like that. You know, I allocate, you know, the protein, and then I allocate the rest. So I'm not, you know, out here having huge binge meals or cheat meals. I can have small portions of the foods that I really like and make me fat, but if I just have small portions, I won't get fat. Instead of normal Coke, switch to Diet Coke. Switches like that, you know, I feel like this is very common knowledge, but if you don't know, then now you know. So also Google and YouTube low calorie recipes. For example, Greg Doucette is a fitness YouTuber, and he makes like low calorie ice cream, French toast that's like high in protein. I eat a lot of those like recipes that I see online, and I really like them. You know, I started cooking my own food when I started counting my calories, just because I felt like it goes hand in hand. So if I cook my own food, I know what I'm putting in it, you know, like how much to eat and stuff like that. Also, this is another mental tip. So if you overeat, or you binge eat for a day, don't try to make up for it on the next day. Just keep doing you. Forget that they existed, but make sure you don't repeat it. So don't be too hard on yourself. As I said, don't expect, you know, a linear progress from watching this video, following it to a T, and now you're gonna get, you know, your dream body in 3 months. That's not gonna happen. You're gonna have ups and downs. That's part of it. You know, I have ups and downs as well. Everyone has ups and downs, believe it or not. You know, unless you're getting paid or you're a professional bodybuilder and you really have to set a goal or a timeline, don't set a timeline. Just try to improve yourself every day. Try to make this more of a lifestyle. The reason why people say it is because consistency is really key. So if you're good for 25 days out of every 30 days, you're gonna be losing weight, you're gonna be getting healthier, and you're gonna get like a better body comp. Also, don't compare yourself to anyone. For example, especially fitness influencers. A lot of fitness influencers are on PTs, steroids, SARMs. I'm not gonna like point out which ones. It's very easy to tell once you just do your like a little research. The reason why I'm saying this, not to like downplay them or whatever, I'm just saying this because if you compare yourself to someone who's not on the same, you know, path, not on the same juice as you, you're not gonna go as fast as them. You know, you're not gonna get as big, you're not gonna get as lean. You know, we're playing two different games. So definitely just compare yourself to who you were yesterday. That will really help. Take some pictures of your progress as well. Like if you just see the amount of changes that occur in a short space, you'll just be motivated for the amount of changes that can occur in the long term. You know what I mean? That really happened to me. Like I just kept taking pictures, and I was like, each time the pictures got better, I was more motivated, and I wasn't done. And that's like really what happened. So I saw my first 2-pack, and I was like, nah, I gotta go all the way now. I gotta see what's up. So celebrate the small victories, because they'll amount to a big victory at the end. And just make sure like every small victory really is already improving yourself and improving your life in a way that's already worth it just for that small victory. So as I said, don't get too ahead of yourself. Don't make a post like this is gonna be me in 3 months. Just take yourself one day at a time, and that's all you can really ask yourself, and that's all you can really do. You know, you can just make the most out of what's in front of you, and what you have in front of you is one day at a time. So yeah, if you guys have any questions in the comments, I may make a Q&A video following this video if it gets like enough demand. If it doesn't, I'll be replying on the Instagram or Twitter. I check all my Instagram or Twitter DMs. You never know, it could be Addison Ray knocking on the door. So yeah, I also stream on Twitch if you guys want to watch me there. I play a lot of video games. And yeah, that's been it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Slap the like button, slap the subscribe button for this body transformation. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. This was like Fat 2014 Ramos exposed. Everyone have a good day. Peace out. Good luck on that body transformation you guys are going to follow. Hopefully you guys learned something. And yeah, everyone, peace out.